Welcome everyone. Let's take a 5-minute review of Google Docs. There are 3 ways you can create a Google Doc. You can see that I'm in Google Drive. This is my preferred method, and I will show the others and then come back to this one. You can also navigate to docs.google.com, or you can select the 9 square grid and then select Docs. Either of those options will allow you to create a document. However, I prefer this method because it allows me to create a document in a specific place. If I use the other 2 methods, it's going to show up as a loose file down here, uncategorized file, and I don't like that. I like to have them in folders. So you can see I have my example folder created right here, and I'm going to navigate into that folder. And now I can know that document is going to be in the folder where I want it. I don't have to organize it later on. So to me, that cuts out a step in the process of creation. And from there, I'm going to select New, and I'm going to select Google Doc, and I'm going to select Create and Share. If you would like a template, alternatively, you would select the little arrow right here, and you could say From a Template, which is going to show you all the templates that are over here on docs.google.com. Once you have created your document, you are going, of course, going to name that. So click in the box right here, and I'm just going to call this example 2. And then once I click out of that, it will tell me when it is saved right here. It should take just a moment to do that, and now it is saved on Drive. And once you have created your document, of course, you're going to start typing, and you may have lots of information to put in your document. And you are probably going to want to collaborate with others. So how do you do that? You select the share button. It's in the upper right hand corner. And once you have selected the share button, you have several options here. The first is the top box, which is called a direct share. So let's say that I want to share this with Dr. French. I can type her email in, or her name, and it's going to pop up. And then I have this box right here where I can type essentially an email message to Dr. French telling her what the document is and that she has access, or a message that goes along with it. And I can choose right here, what level is she going to be? Is she going to be an editor where she can change everything? She can edit any part of the document? Is she going to be a viewer where all you can do is see it? Or is she going to be a commenter where you can provide comments, but you can't make changes to the original document? I'm going to choose that level, and then I'm going to hit send. Alternatively, there's what's called link sharing right here. Notice that by default, every document you create will be able to be shared with anyone, or be able to be viewed rather, with anyone in the school district as long as they have the link. And if that's okay, you can select copy link. And you could take that link and you could put it in a Gmail, or you could put it in Canvas and you could send it out to someone. Alternatively, you can select change right here, and you can choose who this is going to be shared with. Restricted means only you and the people you add directly, like I did just a minute ago for Dr. French. The third option is anyone with the links. This is anyone in the world, anyone outside of the school district who has a link is able to open your document. So I could make this anyone with the link, and then I could make them a viewer, and that would be handy for parents. I could send them a document. I know they could open it. They wouldn't be able to make any changes to my original document. I would never suggest making anyone with a link an editor, because that opens up a whole lot of possibilities, most of which are bad, in which someone outside of the school can edit your document. So if you want to share with someone outside the school, make sure that you make them a viewer and then copy that link. And then, of course, when you're done, you can select done. So that's how you share the document. Once you share the document, rather, there's a lot of ways to collaborate. One of those ways is by knowing what this tool is in the upper right hand corner. So editing mode means that everything that I do is considered an edit. It changes the document, it changes the original. If I change this to suggesting, now I want to say, if I want to type that, it is a suggestion. And the author, the owner of the document, can choose if they want to accept that or if they want to reject that. So someone can go into suggesting mode and they can type something. So I'm going to go ahead and accept that as the author, and I can choose that as a suggested edit. So knowing the difference between editing, suggesting, or viewing, where you just basically are reading, is very important when you are collaborating. Also, you are going to want to add comments to a document. So let's say that I want this to be a little bit more personal. So I'm going to select insert right here, and I'm going to say comment, and I could say, please personalize this. And that's good. It adds a nice comment. I can select comment. And when I'm done, I can resolve that comment. Now, let's say that I am collaborating with 3 or 4 other individuals, and I want someone specific to address this concern. I could select insert, and I could say comment. And now let's say, again, sticking with that example, let's say that I want to tag Dr. French. I could select comment. She will be notified that I have commented, and I could provide instructions in this area about what it is that I want her to look at. Also, if you have a link, like let's say this is a document that requires some sort of formatting, I could copy the link to the formatting, and I could paste that into the box, and anyone who is tagged will also have access to that link as well. So that's a way that you can provide a method for collaborating with a Google Doc. And of course, once the comments have begun, then you can comment back and forth to each other within those boxes. A document that has been edited by many people will have a version history. Actually, all documents have a version history, but it's just this one won't have very much of one because it is such a new document. So let's take a look at one that is months old and has a lot of collaborators. So if I go to File and then I go to Version History, I can select See Version History right here. And from there, I'm going to see the version history of this document going back 8, 9, 10 months, whatever it has been. And I can see every change that every person on this document has ever made, going all the way back to July 20th of last year. And from there, I can select the down arrow and I can see specific changes made by individuals. This comes in very handy if you are looking at a group project and you want to see the collaborations and the edits made by everyone within the group. So that is an extremely useful tool. The last thing that we'll look at is the ability to avoid plagiarism by adding some footnotes and citation tools. So let's say that I want to add an in-text citation, and I'll use good to great here. So I'm going to select tools. I'll do citations first and then footnotes second. There's citations. And let's say that I want to add an APA right here. I am going to add the source, and I'm going to add a book in print, the author's first name, the author's last name, the title of the book, and the publisher, and the publisher year. And I can select Add Citation Source. Now that just adds it as a source. Now I can select Cite. Notice it goes into the text. I can replace the page number. I have no idea what the flywheel number is. I'm going to guess 230. And that allows me to add an in-text citation. I also can add a footnote, and I can do that by going to Insert and then selecting Footnote, or Control-Alt-F alternatively, and add my footnote. Those are some key concepts of Google Docs. Hopefully that helps you out. If you have any questions, please let me know.